I will continue with this. Okay, privity of contract. Privity of contract, which means that the contract, the term of contract, whatever in the contract, only binding the parties, the seller and the buyer. So any third party cannot come and then try to enforce the contract. Now, I buy things from Uzamil, okay? And then I buy handphone. The handphone is not okay. So my sister, when she see this, just like, what is this? Your handphone is not okay. So she wants to enforce the contract. She go and sue Muzamil. Okay, I want to sue blah 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 because my sister, she is not party to the contract. She's not privity of the contract. So she cannot enforce the contract. Who can enforce the contract? Only parties. Okay. If a third party uses goods purchased by another and is injured as a result of some defect, he cannot sue the seller in an action under the contract. Okay. Like I buy the goods for my sister. I buy the goods. My sister is using the good. She got injured. She cannot sue the seller. She cannot sue the seller. Only I can. And I do not want to sue the seller. Okay. But the law says that you are not privity, you cannot sue. Okay. But what can she do? What can she does? So she can sue the manufacturer. This is what we call as tort. You go to shop, you buy Coke. Okay, wait. I want you to imagine this. You go to shop, you buy ginger beer. Ginger beer is not beer, okay? Ginger beer. And then it's a drink in an opaque bottle. You cannot see inside. You know, opaque bottle means you cannot see inside. Okay? You cannot see how many water it has inside. You cannot see because it's opaque. So you buy and then you drink. And then after you finish the drink, something's come up from the bottle and it goes to your mouth. Imagine this, it goes to your mouth. So you spit it out and you see, oh my God, decomposed snail. Siput babi dah tu keluar daripada mulut you. Rasa apa? Sedap, doktor. Bertambah perisa dengan siput di dalam air ginger beer. How do you feel?
Feel disgusting.
Disgusting. You feel sick like what? Okay. Now you want to go and sue the makcik. Makcik, why you selling me this drink, ginger beer drink? Makcik say, I'm sorry, I got from the distributor, this company, I got from this company. You go to the distributor, why you sell the makcik? And you want to, and then distributor, come on guys, I got it from manufacturer. You go and sue manufacturer lah. So you want to sue the manufacturer, but you don't have agreement how to sue the manufacturer. Do you have agreement with the manufacturer? Purchase, sell and purchase? No, you are buying from makcik. So what do? You sue the manufacturer using tort. You will learn law of tort. Okay. There was no contractual obligation. The end user has no relation to the manufacturer. Do you have relation with the manufacturer? No, you don't have. You have agreement? No, you don't have. Can you sue under contract? Nope, you can't. But you can sue under tort. Here, look. You drink it and you see, decomposing. Oh, holy crap. So this is
last time ada case cicak dalam kotak air.
then you can sue the manufacturer.
Last time dekat dia viral, saya tak tahu tingkatan 2-3.
So they can sue the manufacturer using tort, using this case of Donahue and Stevenson. Donahue and Stevenson, basically, Donahue, he wanted to sue Stevenson, but he cannot sue. Stevenson just the seller. Okay, we have this doctrine of privity of contract. You are not part of the contract, you cannot sue. But then what happened? So it started with this case. Okay, so and then he sue, he's not privity of the contract, but he still sued Stevenson. And then he used this ground. He said that, look, manufacturer, they have duty of care towards the consumer. Manufacturer cannot simply do things dirty and then put this compost link, blah, blah, blah. We got sick because of decomposed snake, blah, blah. So that he go to court and he said that they have duty of care toward us, the consumer. So they must take care of this. And then the court actually agreed with him. This is what we call as neighborhood principle. It's not like your neighbor. Look around and then you have your neighbor, hello auntie, good morning. No, whoever around the area, we have neighborhood principle. If you use the park, you cannot simply eat banana and then the skin you throw and people go and step on the skin and then fall. Cannot do like that. Or you use road, you drive so fast, you are negligent, you cause problem to other road user. How they want to sue you? Do they have agreement with you? No, they don't have. So they will sue you under tort. Okay, tort law, I will not go further because this is just like introduction of tort. Okay, because we are talking about privity of contract. You are not party, you cannot sue. But what can you do? You sue under contract. Sorry, you cannot sue under contract, you sue under tort. Okay. Now I want to go here for transfer of property. Okay, we will learn on this. When the property passed to the buyer, how to determine whether to transfer of the property. Why is it so important? The transfer of property, why is it so important? Okay. Now I want to bring you to this ownership and risk. Okay. Whoever own the goods, they bear the risk of the goods. Okay, you are the seller. You have the goods in your shop. The good get stolen. Okay, the goods got stolen. Who will bear the risk? You bear the risk. When the good got stolen, you have to check. Do you have an insurance? You can claim insurance. Okay, you sell me goods. I give you money. Right? I have the ownership and the good already passed to me, but you got the possession of the goods. And then there was fire in your shop. Okay? Fire in your shop, you be responsible, not me. Okay? The possession with you, the risk. Okay? And it depends also to our agreement. What did we say? Okay? So if the goods got damaged, the ownership was vested in the buyer, that particular buyer shall bear the loss. It says here that, all right, who own the goods, they bear the risk, but it depends on the agreement as well. If I own the good, I own the good, it's still in your possession. You bear the risk. I bear the risk when I started to get the good from your shop. I take the good, put in the lorry, going to my place, and the lorry got accident, the good got destroyed. That is risk is mine. I have to bond I'm the one who bear the risk. Okay. Risk prima facie passes. Okay, they say that the moment you pass the property, you pass the risk. Unless you agree that the good remain at the seller's risk until the property therein transferred to the buyer. As I said, I paid everything, you still have the possession with you. So I don't want to bear the risk, you bear the risk. Okay, we agreed to that. Unless it's like this. You tell me, okay, Hannah, you pay everything, okay? And the possession still in my shop, but we don't want to bear the risk, you bear the risk. If you don't want to bear the risk, take the good as soon as possible. But I delayed, I bear the risk, I delayed, and the property got stolen. So everything, all the losses is on me, not on the seller, okay? So this is what we are learning, the transfer of good. Risk lies on the seller until the property has passed to the buyer. See? Property has passed to the buyer unless the damage or loss is caused by the buyer's default. As I said, it's my delay. Okay. I already explained to you when I talk to you, I give an example, I already explained. If I read these slides, then it'll be boring, nah? You know, this slide is for you to read, for me to explain. If you have question, ask. Okay. So I'll just speak until you stop me. Okay. Performance of the contract of sale. Okay, we have section 31, 32, 57. Okay. 31 says that duty of the seller to deliver the goods, duty of the buyer to accept the goods. All right. Follow the term of the contract. Okay. Section 32, I highlight this unless otherwise agreed. You follow section 32 if you have no agreement. If this is mentioned in your agreement, section 32 is not applicable to you. Okay. Delivery of the goods and the payment is done at the similar time. It's supposed like this. You give me good, I give you money. It's supposed to be like that. Unless we agree that I will pay first, then you give money. Or you give, I pay first, I give money lah. I pay first, you give me goods. Or you give me good first, at the end of the month, after I got my salary, I give you money. It's like that. Unless we agree, unless we have different agreement, okay? We don't follow this. If we don't have different agreement, we follow this, that the goods and the payment must be made concurrently at the same time. Okay?
Okay.
Yes.
How about the installment? Installment
And
under that one.
installment is under hire purchase.
Oh, all right.
Okay. And for sale of good also, sometimes we have installment, like they have EPP nowadays, like you pay monthly, you use Atomy, you pay monthly, right? But you have an agreement, different agreement for that, you see? And if you agree under section 32, if you agree that I will give you the laptop and you pay me for 2 years monthly, if we agreed like that, then no problem. Did I answer your question, Ilam?
Yes, sir.
So that is installment, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Section
Thank you, doctor.
57.
Explain.
Okay. Section 57, if the seller wrongfully neglects or refuses to deliver the goods, the buyer can sue the seller for damages for non-delivery. Okay. Okay, now we go to section 36(1). Delivery means what? It means voluntary transfer of possession from one person to another person. Delivery, sometimes you don't deliver the physical. Okay, we are talking about 2,000 pieces of toys. Okay, right. Delivery, not necessarily you give me 2,000 pieces of toys. You can give me title or document. I give you payment, you give me the document, which means that I already got the toys. Okay. Section 36, subsection 1. Whether the seller has to send the goods to the buyer or the buyer has to take the possession of the goods, it depends on the agreement. Should they send to you? Or you go there and pick up? Which one? It's up to them. Or it's up to us. You know, general rule says that the goods sold are to be delivered at the place. Okay. It says that basically when they sell the goods, you know, they have it must be at the place the good is, how do I say? The place where they stock the goods. That's the general rule. If you want to buy, which means you get that, you go to the warehouse and then you give money there, they give you good. This is general rule. Goods sold are to be delivered at the place at which they are at the time of the sale. Or in the case where the goods are still in non-existent, remember, has not been manufactured yet, the place of the manufacture or production. This is general rule, but if you don't follow, no problem. Okay. So you want to order Musang King 3 container. So you must go there and pick up. You know, that is general rule. But then we don't do that. We ask the seller, okay, send to us. It's like that, right? Section 36, subsection 5. You see, all the expenses actually to deliver whatever must be borne by seller, not the buyer. But, you know, when you buy online, everything borne by the buyer, you know? Lazada, who borne? Who bear the delivery? Who will pay for the delivery? The buyer. Right, the buyer. But section 36, section 5 says that it's supposed to be the seller duty. But then, look here, section 36, section 5, unless the parties agreed otherwise. See? So we already agreed. You know, when you want to use Lazada, whatever, they ask you, tick to proceed. You tick there. You don't even read. So you want to buy this, they say that if you want to buy this, you have to pay. So you agreed. Because the law say they have to buy, they need to be, the seller need to bear the cost. It need to be borne by the seller. Okay. Section 36(2), the seller bound to send the good within reasonable time. You see, if you buy from Lazada or whatever online, after 2-3 days, the seller did not send up the good yet. Right? No, yeah, Lazada will cancel. You did not cancel, they cancel and then they give your money back. It must be reasonable time. If not reasonable time, what is reasonable time? We have to refer to case law. We have to refer to the situation. Section 37, subsection 1. You see, if the seller deliver to you the good less than the number you want, you ordered, you paid for, you must reject the whole good. You ask for 3 container of durian, musangking. They send you 3 container. They say this is 3 container. And when you see that, 2 container, another container is half empty. You can go and sleep inside the container, you know. But I cannot imagine how lah. You know, the durian is there. You know what is durian, right? If it fall on top of you, that's it. You're gone. You see? So you have to reject at that moment. Reject. If you don't reject, it means that you agreed and you accept all the goods. Okay? You have to pay full for 3 container of Musang King durian. Remedy for breach of contract. Right of the seller. When the buyer breach, they can, you know, they can, the right of the unpaid seller against the goods, they can sue you. Right of the seller to sue for breach of contract. So they can sue you for breach of contract. Right of the buyer when the seller breach the contract, the buyer can sue for non-delivery. Lazada don't want you to sue them. That's why they cancel and return back your money. Because you can sue for non-delivery. The right of the buyer to bring action for specific performance. You are the buyer. And then after you sign everything, and then they refuse to proceed, you can go to court and ask for specific performance to force them. Now you have to sell to me, you know, specific performance. And remedies available to buyer for breach of warranty, like damages, you know, and then the buyer's action in tort. This is the right of the buyer. This is the right of the seller. Sale by non-owners. Okay, now, nemo dot quod non habet. This is a Latin legal maxim, says that no one can give what he has not got. Can I go to Ilham and say, Ilham, do you like Baihaki handphone? I will sell his handphone to you. Can I sell Baihaki handphone to Ilham? Cannot. Why? Because it's not mine. I cannot sell something which is not mine. I cannot give something which is not mine. I don't have. How can I give? Okay. You know, this maxim is very important to protect the ownership of goods. In case it is stolen, for example, you know, I stole something. I stole something and then I sell to another person. That person give me money and then she walk and then the owner saw, for example, handphone. I stole handphone and I sell to Lina. And then when Lina got the handphone and then Lina walked and the owner see the handphone, she can go to Lina and take back the handphone because that is hers. You know, the right of the original owner is retained. That's why if you lost something, you have to make police report. Whatever it is, make police report. If they got the property later on, they after the cases, blah blah blah, what they are going to do with the property? They have to return back to the owner. And this Nemo.court non-habit, we have it in section 27 of Sale of Good Act. Okay. Where the goods are sold by a person who is not the owner and does not sell them under the authority or with the consent of the owner, the buyer acquire no better title to the good than the seller had, which means that if the seller has no ownership and he transfer the property to the third party also has no ownership. Okay, you remember ownership? Tuan punya, ketuan punyaan. In Malay we call it ketuan punyaan. It's not belong to the person, he cannot sell, right? Okay. So this one we use under English law. And then this one under our SOGA. Okay. Look at the general rule. No one can actually transfer better title than he has himself, which means that if you purchase the good at the street and it so happened that the person sold the good to you is a thief, and then the owner see you holding the goods and she took back the goods, you have to surrender the good because you don't have the title. The one who sold you the good has no title, so you also has no title. Then what happened to you? What about my money then? The owner said, that's not my problem. This is my handphone. So they took their handphone and then it was like, what do I do now? You sue the person who sell, you sue the thief. You get the compensation from the thief. Okay? That's how it works. Okay, I don't want to go there. Okay. But then you see, what about agent? Agent is selling house, but agent is not the owner of the house. So you see, section 27, here is the general rule. General rule. Nemo.court non-habit, section 27 is the general rule. We have a section. Okay? We have a section. For example, sale by mercantile agent. So the agent, he has authority, he is in the possession of the good, he's selling on behalf of the owner. So that is allowed, no problem. Okay? Sale by one of the joint owner. Okay, now, this is sale by mercantile agent, section 27. And sale or by one of the joint owner, section 28. It means that it's like this. Me and my 4 sisters, we buy a house. And then the youngest is having the house, staying in the house. So she is in the possession of the goods and she is selling the goods. Okay. And you know, the person who buy them in good faith has not at the time of the contract actually knowing what my sister did. She stayed in the house. Actually, it belonged to 5 of us. And then she sell the house. House is not sale of goods. So house is immovable. Okay, let's say that we buy pressure cooker, 5 of us. Okay, and then she is using the pressure cooker every day. Nobody use, only her. And then what she did, she go to the neighbor and she said, hey, this pressure cooker, I want to buy a new one. Do you want to buy this pressure cooker from me? And the neighbor say, okay, no problem. Okay, let me buy from you. So she sold. And the neighbor has no knowledge. Actually, that small pressure cooker has 5 owners. Not 1, 5. And then when she purchased, she doesn't know that my sister actually selling without us giving consent. So when my neighbor bought the pressure cooker from my sister, not knowing we did not consent, not knowing she's selling without our consent, and buy in good faith, she has good title. When we go home, I want to use the pressure cooker. I ask, hey, where's the pressure cooker? She said, I sold already. I cannot go to my neighbor and say, knock, 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 give me back my pressure cooker. My sister's selling the pressure cooker, blah, blah, blah. No, I can't do that because she's one of the owner. The person who purchased in good faith and has no knowledge at all. She's purchasing from one of the joint owner without consent of others, selling the goods to her. So she has good title. Mercantile agent also. You go, you go to shopping complex that girls and boys are, with white shirt and black pants or black skirt. The promoters, they have the agent, they are selling. You buy from them, you have good title. Okay? Because they have the authority. Estoppel. What is estoppel? Okay? The owner of good by his conduct makes it appear to a buyer that the person who sells the good has his authority. Okay, I take the pressure cooker in front of my sister. She's looking at me. She's witnessing the scene, and ask my neighbor. Okay, ask my neighbor. Hey, you want to buy pressure cooker? See this one, new, just come from Pakistan lah, very big. We are not using this one. Okay, and my sister did not say anything. I'm not the owner of the pressure cooker. She is the owner of the pressure cooker. But when I selling to my neighbor, she did not say anything. Okay. So my neighbor give me money. She look at me, and then after everything done, then she said, no, I don't want to sell. Why are you selling? When she failed to stop from the very beginning, my conduct, and she make it appear to the neighbor that as if I have authority, she cannot later on she cannot later on saying, no, I don't want to sell. She cannot later on deny my authority to sell. Okay, and the buyer who purchased is buying in good faith. She didn't know our drama. She doesn't know anything. She buy in good faith. So this is estoppel. Okay, so basically, exception to general rule, you can see section 27 to section 30. Here, oh, sorry. This is 27, this is 27, this is 28, this is 29. Sale under voidable title, and we have sale by a seller in possession after sale. This is 30, subsection 1. Sale by a buyer in possession of good, that is section 30, subsection 2. We'll finish this. Almost finished. Can you bear with me, please? Another few slides, then we will end the lecture. Okay, voidable title, which means that the seller of good, they obtain the possession under a contract voidable. Okay, they sign, you know what is voidable contract? We learned contract already, isn't it? So the seller got the goods under voidable contract. Okay, but the contract has not been rescinded at the time of the sale. So I buy the goods, right? And then I sell the goods to another third person, even though my contract actually voidable contract. Okay, voidable contract, it's not valid, it's voidable, not valid. So, and then under this contract, I got the goods and I sell to Yao. Yao purchased the good. Yao buy the good from me. And when she buys, how come she has no knowledge that my contract is voidable or valid, whatever. She doesn't know anything. She just saw me and then she said she want to buy. So I sell the goods to her. She is a buyer with good faith, right? So she acquired good title. You cannot later on, try to cancel with Yao, cannot. She has good title, right? Sale by a seller in possession after sale. Seller who has parted with the title to the good but remain in possession of the goods. Seller actually sell goods to buyer, give the title to buyer. Buyer give money, seller give title. But the goods still with the seller. Okay? And then what the seller did, he took the goods, he sell to a third party. And the third party actually a bona fide buyer. Good faith, with good intention. Okay? Know nothing about this drama. Okay? So the secondary buyer, he has good title. All right? So what happened to the first buyer? She has the title. Okay? He can claim from the seller, he can claim remedy from the seller. Okay? It happen like this sometimes, you know. They buy goods, the seller sold the goods to party A. And then the goods still with the seller. The next day, the price increase. He can make double. What he did, he sell, even though he give the documentation, title means documentation, he give everything to the party A and said, party A, the good is yours, give me money, party A give money, blah, blah, blah. But he still got the goods. The next day, the price double, he got party B, he sold to the party B. And then party A come and say, oh, come on, I have the title. You see all the document? Why are you selling my goods? Okay, what party A can do? Sue him for damages. Get remedy from him. This seller, he doesn't mind. He pay. He will pay back. He will pay remedy because he still make money. Sale by a buyer in possession of goods. Okay, this one, a buyer, sale a buyer by a buyer in possession of goods is like, you know, the buyer who bought the goods and agreed to buy the goods have obtained possession of the goods or the document of title with the consent of the seller can pass a good title to innocent buyer. It's like this, you know. I want to buy car from Bayaki. No lah, I said Bayaki, buy. Why I like your name? I want to use Kana this time. So I said, Kana, sell me your car. She said, okay, fine, daughter. I said, Kana, I will pay at the end of the month, yeah? Okay, no problem. Can I have the car? She said, no, yes, can. So I bought the car. And then I bought the car. I took the car. And someone come and tell me, wow, your car number and color is very good for my own feng shui. I want to buy your car. Lah. You know, I haven't complete with Kana yet. But I say, hey, are you sure? Say, yeah, I want to buy your car. Okay, I double the price. I give him the car. I took the money. And then I give the money to Kana. You know, this kind of sale is valid. I can pass a good title to an innocent buyer under any sale or disposition. Okay. Sale by a buyer in possession of goods. I wish you to read this by yourself. Okay. This is one I already explained. I know it's kind of boring, but then you see, when it comes to write, you have to learn. You know, it's always seem impossible until it is done. This is what Nelson Mandela said. Okay. I mean, you're all tired. I'm tired. Yeah, it happened. But you see, do something. Do something in your life. Even though it is hard, if it is good for you, do it. When you want to do something, do it, follow the correct path. Okay? It's not just do something legal. Do something moral. Do not use others. Do not use people. Use things. Nowadays, we love things, we use people. No, we love people, we use things. Goods. Okay? We shouldn't be doing that. And trust. Whatever your faith is, for me, I'm a Muslim, so I say Allah. You know, when the risk is yours, it's always yours. Something is yours, it's always yours. If it is meant for you to get 1,000 next month, you will get 1,000 next month without you use anyone to get the money. If it's yours, it is yours. Right? So I end it now here.